girl Vee.
And it's your girl April Love.
And welcome to Love and Lock Talk. Welcome back. This is season 4, episode 1.
Oh my god, season 4.
Season 4.
We are pushing through this season.
We are. We really are.
Oh my gosh.
I know y'all missed us. We took a little break. We needed it. And while we were on break, a lot of stuff happened. I mean, a lot of relationship drama happened.
A lot. You were like, oh my gosh, we took a break at the wrong time.
Yes, we did.
There was a lot of relationship issues. Derek Jackson being one of them. That was like, first of all, I didn't even really know Derek Jackson.
I didn't know who he was.
I think when I saw his face, I was like, oh, I've seen people repost.
I scrolled past.
Yeah, but I don't listen to stuff like that. Like,
either.
I'm not about to listen to like some like, you know, PSA. This is what you need to do for your. I'm not that type of person. So I scrolled past it, and I didn't know like that was like a real thing where people were really following and paying and getting coached and all of this stuff. I didn't know this.
Crazy.
So when this came out and it was sad. It was given real sad.
I just was so confused because it just kept coming, and I'm like, "Who is
I know, why is it so big?
Like, who is this?" Let's
Right.
do some research, and I was like, "Oh, that's that guy that I always see on my Facebook," and I always just scroll past it because I don't like preachy people. I don't like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But then when I found out like what it was, I was like,
What's his pearl?
The nerve.
It was, and the apology with his wife. That's what
that
made
was
it
weird.
That's what made it like, oh my gosh.
That was like says blink twice.
They clowned them.
That was definitely.
Then he reacted to his video
in third person.
And was outside of his side chick's house.
Yes.
Oh!
He got some balls on him, bro. He's something else.
Like, what is happening?
No, he just doesn't care. He thinks that this is gonna blow over and he's gonna continue to sell seminars and books. Sir, ain't nobody checking for you no more.
But you know, they try to make a point of, okay, see, this is the girl that he cheats on and this is who he's married to say like, well, bitch, if you look like this or you did whatever. Which the only thing that I took away from this is obviously you don't have to look like that to be wiped up. Because he chose to marry her.
Right.
Like this, they've been together for some years.
But he chose to marry her when he wasn't who he is today. See, he came from humble beginnings and she looks very humble. She looks very homey. You know what I'm saying? Very basic. So yes, that's who he grew into wealth with. I believe if he was a wealthy man, that's not who he would have chosen.
I was actually surprised. Like I was looking at him and I'm like, okay, he's all fit,
right?
And he's not ugly. He's handsome.
Yeah,
he's a handsome black
she's
man.
very homely.
Yeah, she is, but.
She is. I'm sorry, I have to clown. Did you? I went on her IG page and was stunned by the suit.
Yeah.
It was just suit after suit.
Yo,
and it wasn't
church together in her suit. Yo, stop playing.
I can't with the suits. The suits took me out.
And she was fly stepping.
She said, check this drip.
Yo, she was fly stepping. Don't hate on her. I mean, I was just taken aback by the whole thing, and you're right. They grew up together, and I mean, she's not bad looking. It's just she's
there. She's just there, and it's unfortunate. And she's super religious, and
I think that's the thing is she is very religious, and we live in a society now. Sad to say, but I don't think people are that religious anymore. Like I used to say this, like at some point, religion became secondary to your lifestyle. Now I don't even see it. Like where is it? Where is religion?
It's sprinkled in here and there.
Where has it gone? Because when you hear somebody talk like that, you're thinking like, oh, you sound crazy.
Right.
Oh, this is
Donna. You see a bonnet. This is the helmet of self-fiction. Like, girl. Woo! It was a lot. It was a lot for me.
It was a lot.
I didn't know what to do with it. And she's standing by her man. So,
look, she said he told me everything. And y'all bitches be dumb. Y'all stay with your man anyway.
This is true.
So don't be mad at me because I'm staying with my husband. Y'all stay with y'all side niggas and your boyfriends. I'm staying with my husband. This is the father of my child. This is the man that God told me to be with. Y'all are hating, and I got a feeler on that because a lot of women are staying with some. They're not even white.
Not even married.
And they're staying with them.
Yeah.
So what y'all really gonna say?
Nothing, mind your business and let that woman just live her life.
Exactly.
With her cheating husband. Cause he ain't gonna stop cheating.
Well,
there's an alleged baby, allegedly.
Well, let's switch gears because allegedly Quavo cheated on Saweetie. Okay, so Saweetie is not homie looking.
No, she's not.
She's a pretty girl, and she seems like she has a nice, down-to-earth, bubbly personality. I don't know what is happening behind camera. Yeah, I don't know what she is like outside of, the camera.
According to his sister, she is not that.
But then the sister... The sister was being real funny. Okay?
She was, because she was just friendly with her, and then she. But that's how you are with your brother. Like, you're not about to be doing this.
But we all know that the in-laws or in whatever, they be on some shicey stuff.
This is true.
And really and truly, that's her brother, so he could tell her anything, and she's just coming like, that's my brother. And that's a bitch, because he told me this one thing.
Well, I believe that she's hung around them, though. They were cool. So she has witnessed behaviors, I'm sure.
I'm a little skeptical about that type of stuff, because the fact that she was so quick to kind of come in there and say that after you were just kikiing with her, that type of stuff already reads something's wrong with you, too. So, I don't know.
Family just needs to mind their business when it comes to these, especially when they're not married. Like, this is a girlfriend-boyfriend situation.
What? Who really knows? Their situation is not really even given completely over. To me, it's not given that, because they're both on the same accord. When the video came out, they both kind of was like, oh, it was, that happened a long time, a year ago, and woo-woo. They didn't really come out really swinging like where, I don't know.
I think it's over. I think contract ended. I think that they are just done. And that's it. They're moving on. I don't think we're going to see a Quavo Saweetie reunion anytime soon. Ever.
Well, I said it to say, you obviously... It doesn't matter who you are.
You can be cheated on.
Beyonce was singing about getting cheated on. So
I mean, there's a lot of beautiful women cheated on every day. So that leads me to my next topic. Okay, I've been watching a lot of Kevin Samuels over this break because he's everywhere, and I'm mad that I'm missing Afion's parody of him right now on live because it's funny as shit. I love it. But one of the questions that he asked is your asking price too high? Like, as a woman, do you believe that you're asking for too much of a man if you don't bring womanly qualities to the table? Because it's not even about your money at this point with him. He is more concerned with, do you cook, do you clean, do you take care of the kids, do you know how to take care of your husband, that aspect of things. A lot of women are like, no, I'm not cooking, I'm not cleaning. The one lady said, I'm not no slave. And so, with that mentality, I'm like, whoa, like, you not what? Is that a slave?
It's not a slave, but society is just wild these days, because there is this push for a woman. Okay, so now in today's society, it's like the cost of living is so high that it's almost like a woman has to be bringing some sort of income in order for you all to kind of have this a nice, comfortable life. You know what I'm saying? And so with that being said, now that you have that, now that you have women that are out here working and doing all the things that the man was once doing to provide, then it's like the mentality has shifted. No, why would I come home and cook and clean for you? I've been working too. Mm-hmm. God damn it.
And that's his argument. Why are you working too? If you want a man to provide for you, because when he asks these women these questions, a lot of them are saying, I want my man to pay the bills. And then he's like, okay, well, who's taking care of your kids? How many kids do you want to have? Who's taking care of them?
True.
No man is going to want to have a child with you for you to push him off to a daycare or a nanny. He wants to have his children and have them raised by the mother in the household.
Well, that's not. First of all, he's not speaking for all men. That's one.
That's where I disagree with Kevin.
Yeah, because you're speaking to a certain type of man, and there's not a lot of them like that these days, David.
See, I'm going to interject because now that Kevin has come onto the scene, I feel like those men are resurrecting.
Hey!
And they're like, yes, I mean, they are his ride or dies. These men go hard for Kevin Samuels. And I feel like it's kind of dangerous for single women because now you have this group of men who are on this wavelength that think, yes, he's right. I want my woman to do this. Oh, that's too masculine. She has a career? No, I don't want that. And that's a problem for single women.
See, the thing of it is, though, now, because you have society the way that it is, women are no longer feeling like they have to stick it out for BS. So that was ideal, a woman to go in a situation and be completely taken care of, take care of the house, take care of the kids, and then her man's cheating on her. Mm-hmm. And now she can't leave because guess what? She don't have her own income. So she's stuck. Mm-hmm. Women don't want to feel stuck anymore. They want to be like, okay, yeah, I'm fine with doing this, but I want to have my own.
Right.
In case you decide to do whatever.
To do you should never.
But that is where you can't find that balance because, yeah, the woman, I feel like she would have to be really happy to feel like, okay, I'm just gonna trust my man. He's gonna take care of me, and I'm gonna put my all in the home life for him, and I'm just gonna trust that he's out there doing right by me and whatever. And I don't think that women have that trust now because we've seen men be cheating on
They do be cheating, and he did like. I'm going off of episodes that I've seen, which is why I keep using him because it's so interesting to me to see this thought pattern that he has. I've never really seen it. I don't know anybody who thinks like this, so it's intriguing almost. I'm like, wow.
But I think there are people that think like that. They just won't say it like.
Well, now they're saying it, and they're saying it very proudly, thanks to Kevin Samuels. So I feel like, okay, what he says. To your point about the cheating and don't feel stuck and all that, he's saying if you're with a man, because most women who answer the question, how much does he have to make? They say 6 figures. Okay, so any man who's making 6 figures, according to Kevin Samuels, is going to be cheating or may cheat if they choose to because they have more options and they have the option to. Now, you as a woman need to accept that if he's not bringing home any babies, any diseases, or XYZ, if he's not sloppy with it, then and you're taken care of, then what's the problem? Why are you complaining? This is his thought process. And it's tough because I for one, I don't condone cheating. Like my husband makes 6 figures. I wish that nigga would. You know what I'm saying? Like, go ahead and cheat on me. I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? But it's everybody is, I don't know. It's a slippery slope.
But because that's the thing right there. So it's kind of like, okay, he's telling women, what are you doing? What are you bringing to the table? You need to have this, that, and the third just so that you could be hurt in the end. Like, it's no fairy. He's not.
He says you're gonna die alone if you don't accept these things.
And see, that's the thing. I don't think that you have to accept that, and that's why you don't have a lot of women accepting it because they feel like, hey. Now, this is what I was saying earlier about dude kind of being like a cornball or something like that. Mm-hmm. If he is making all that money, or not, he doesn't have to be a cornball, But I would say you could get you a square ass nigga. Or dude, sorry. You get you a square dude, and he gonna love your dirty draws no matter where. He be making 6 figures, and he will not be thinking about cheating on you. He would just be.
But why does he have to be a square dude? You've met my husband.
He doesn't
Is he
have,
square?
no, he doesn't have to.
Okay.
That's rare. That's what I'm saying. It's rare.
It's rare.
I mean,
but it's not impossible.
It's not impossible, but it's very rare. And I'm saying that you could get you a solid square cornball dude, okay, realistically, that will not cheat on you, that will be all up under you, and he can make 6 figures. And you could be good. Yes, there are dudes that are
but
not
women,
square.
most women don't want that.
And exactly.
So
they get cheated on.
That's the problem. That's whose problem is that? Is that the woman's problem or the man's problem? Because you have the option to get this square dude and be happy, be treated like a queen, and be taken care of. But you don't want that because that's too boring.
That's boring. That's what's wrong with people in general. We like a little chaos in our lives, even if it's a subtle chaos, we like a little drama.
I've had enough for a lifetime. I'm happy with my boring life. I don't got nothing going on. Ain't no drama.
It's not boring.
It's not. I feel like I don't got nothing. Like
you may not have drama, but it's not boring.
Okay, it's not boring. My life is not boring, but I do not have drama.
Okay, so if they don't get those rare situations, like relationships.
Okay, but I can't talk about me. I can't.
Yeah,
because
she has a nice situation. Okay, her man comes home. Hey, babe, how you doing? I am unfortunately so sad for myself. I have not witnessed a healthy relationship like that where a man comes in, not just one-off time. Every time I see him come in, he's gonna stop, kiss his wife, make sure she's good. They're gonna make sure each other are good. I have not seen that, and that is a rare situation.
Okay.
I think.
All right.
So you don't need that excitement, but for all the other majority, all the 95% of people,
not 95,
they need some excitement in their life, and so they go for these bad guys, or they go for whatever, and it all comes back around the same ending. Dude cheats on them, and guess what? Their feelings are hurt, and that's what he's saying. I think is unacceptable, because it's like, okay, it's cool until it does happen. It's cool until he does get a baby. It's cool until he does bring a STD. Then what? Now there's a lot of women who contracted HIV because their dude is cheating on them. Or there's a lot of women that have little babies floating, extra babies coming around. So it's like, you can't really, once you cross those lines, you don't really know where that's gonna end
doesn't. I watch a show called Love and Marriage Huntsville. Like, have you ever watched it? It comes on OWN. It's about like 3 married couples or whatever, and there's one couple, Melody, I think her name is Melody Holt, and Marcel. He cheated. And he cheated and cheated and cheated for 5 years. With the same person, though. So, at the end of things, she stayed, and now he has a baby on the way with this chick. 5 years, 4 kids with this man, and he's been cheating on you, and you've been staying, and you've been accepting it because she's doing what, according to Kevin Samuels, is what wives are supposed to do. You're taken care of, you're benefiting from him, you got businesses now because of him or y'all partnership, so as long as he's not sloppy with it, then you're supposed to stay. This is the mentality that Kevin Samuels is putting out there. This is the mentality that men are now agreeing with, and rah, yes, Kevin Samuels. So it's like, now she's divorcing him. They're divorced. She put it out, she's like, I'm done, I can't. Baby, nope. You know what I'm saying? That's where I draw the line. So after 5 years, that's where you draw the line. You just know, that you're being cheated on. You know that there's this other woman. You've spoken to her on numerous occasions. Y'all had it out or whatever the case. And I couldn't live my life like that. But to his point, playing devil's advocate, not about the cheating, but in any aspect of being mistreated in a marriage, So are you supposed to just stay and be miserable for the sake of not dying alone? Because according to him, that's why black women are single. Because they either choose their career and then go back and say, okay, now I'm ready for a man. And then it's too late because you're too old and you can't bear children and men don't want to deal with that. Or they, don't want to accept what comes with a successful man, which could be, very well, maybe cheating. It's very messy, and we need more time to talk about it because we got to get into some of these episodes because Miss April Love here she's not very familiar with Kevin and his shenanigans.
I would have to watch. I mean, my introduction to him is that he's a bit disrespectful in his delivery. But from what I heard, it's not necessarily that he's saying everything that he's saying is wrong. It's just the delivery of it. It's the delivery. And it's kind of some harsh realities of some.
Very much so.
But that idea that you have to accept somebody's bullshit, but then they don't have to accept your bullshit, because that's essentially what he's trying to preach to you.
It's definitely.
Is that if you want to be taken care of, you have to be on your P's and Q's, and then not only do you got to be on your P's and Q's to appease that man, but then you got to be able to accept him not being on his P's and Q's so that you can be happy. Right. And I just don't think that.
Not even happy, because he says, I don't care about your happiness.
Oh, just
so you can have a husband.
So that you can have what everybody wants.
Yes,
basically.
Yes. So you can say that you have a husband,
you have a house, the kids.
You have all of these things, and you can say that because you have that. He don't care about your happiness. He says it all the time. People are like, but I just want to be happy. He's like, I don't care about your happiness. What about your mom? What about your parents? Look how long they were together. Do you think that there weren't issues? Do you realize that back in the day, how long they stayed married, and look at today and how the women are the ones who initiate divorce nowadays at a higher rate because they won't put up with bullshit? And it's like,
but I do give him on that, because a lot of people, when they talk about cheating, are like, oh no, that's it, that's done, I'm done, it's wrap. But that has been my concern with getting married, because quiet as kept, I've never been no size whatever, and I could have been married by now.
Right.
And I'm not all those womanly things, but I could have been married. The thing of it is that when I think about marriage, I do think about you having to kind of put up with some stuff that, if you weren't married, you just be like, okay,
you can just leave.
I'm not doing this.
Right.
And be out the door. But I just feel like when I get married, it would be hard for me to be like, if my husband cheated on me, like, okay, deuces, because it's like, there's a lot of men that cheat. You know what I'm saying? And it's not even like that I would want to accept it, but it's like, we're married. And when you think about a lot of these marriages where they have lasted 30 years, it's hard for me to believe that somebody didn't cheat. I'm sorry. New dick, some new pussy feel good.
Oh my God.
It just does.
See, I can't agree. Like, I feel like it is possible.
30 years,
I feel like it's possible.
years.
Like, I feel like what me and my husband, I know you say I can't use that, but I'm using it. I feel like we are that couple.
Listen, okay, I'll give you that. At this age, this point in your life, when I look at these older folks that have been married, they've been married like since their 20s. Right. Do you think that y'all would be that couple in your 20s?
In our 20s?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean?
So, when you see those couples that have been married 30, 40 plus years, they got married at young ages.
Right.
Do you think that y'all would be who you are now as a couple if y'all have been together and y'all...
Absolutely not.
Okay, so then that's my point.
No.
If you get yourself together and then get into a relationship,
you're absolutely right.
It's different than
it is.
Those people that have been married for 40 years. No, somebody was doing some effed up stuff because y'all were growing together.
Exactly.
Y'all were kids and y'all grew up
you
together.
made mistakes as young people do. Because I know if I would, we talk about it all the time. We say if we would have met in our early teens, like late teens, early 20s, we would not have made it because we were different people, and there's so much more life to live. You want to experience that shit, so you make those types of mistakes. But when we met, I was, in my early 30s, and, he was in, so we were already who we were going to be.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's different. That is why you have a lot of women that are probably like, oh, I'm getting a divorce because they've seen the previous generation stick it out through some messy ass shit.
Yes.
And they're like, I don't want to be that. Now, yeah, I do think that y'all could overcome some stuff. And if you talk to some of the people, I'm sure there was like a rough patch, a couple years of roughness in their relationship. And then they got to a point where they got old and they just calm down. They just look, we're together.
Like, this is it.
Hey, babe, you love me, you're here.
But you know what? I just seen a guy on Instagram talking about how his parents, after 30 years of marriage, were filing for divorce. It's like,
because the society has the society got to them.
At that age, they old.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I was like, at that point, we're
just
together.
riding this out.
Whatever.
Right. Whether you sleep in another room or not.
Right.
Like,
what are we divorcing for? What else is out there at this age, really? But,
Ron Isley. Ron Isley. Cheesy lover. Between the sheets. I said, I was listening to Ron Isley do this little thing. I was like, look, I don't know what Marvin Gaye and them was talking about, but they was all cap. Because Ron, he was serious. When he said, I like the way you receive me, we knew. So they holding out for their Rons.
Well, Ron's married, and there's not a lot of Rons out there, so good luck, sugar. Well, I wish we had more time to talk about this, and I think that next week we will talk more about the Kevin Samuels mentality and his ideology of what a woman is supposed to accept in a relationship. It goes very well with what we talk about already. But yeah, I think we need to dig deeper because he's coming out like a whole storm right now. I've never seen nobody blow up like this. Like, you know what I mean?
I have to check because I don't watch none of this love shit. So, Vee be the one be like, oh, have you seen? Are you watching?
I gotta keep up. I need content.
And I be like, no. So let me check him out because I most definitely have heard about him.
Yes.
And it seems like a lot of people know about him, and I had no idea.
It's spreading. I'm telling you, it's spreading. People who have never heard about him heard about him now. When people doing parodies and all that, that's how you know you're about to blow.
Yeah.
It's coming. You're about to see him on TV in a minute. So we're going to keep talking about him for a little bit because I feel like we need to. We got to get deeper into this. But thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we will see you next week. Hey y'all, it's your girl Vee.
And your girl April Love.
And we are your hosts of Love Unlocked Talk.
If you like what you saw, please subscribe, like, and comment below. And let us know what you want us to discuss for future episodes.
Also, please follow us on Instagram at Love Unlocked LLC for updates.